I'm leaving a review. This is for Next Level Creators. My name is Jeff Doran. I'm a filmmaker, cinematographer, and I joined the program I started at the beginning of December 2018, and kind of took me a little while to get started. I mean, I blasted through the modules pretty quickly. I think within a month, and then January, New Year, 2019, I hit the ground running pretty quickly. I had my first client, or potential client, was a brewery, which didn't end up panning out, but it was my first time I was, running the Earn the Deal sales model, and I was just kind of a great experience because up until that point, I'd always kind of come to filmmaking from kind of an artistic standpoint, or wanting to anyway. And so the whole business side of stuff was something that I never really took a foothold in, and I remember when I was going through Earn the Deal, like the biggest thing that I remember from that, and it's been a while, just because I kind of got sidetracked, just doing a lot of freelance work, but the biggest thing I remember was identifying the gap, people's current situation or where they want to be, and basically that gap in between those two things. And it was the first time I realized, like, that's huge, because I think everyone kind of has a gap of sorts, and it's I don't know, until you identify it. For some people, they may be oblivious, but when you kind of bring that to light, it makes things a lot easier to make decisions on. So I didn't get that client. I did get one client. I had it was just it was like a 6-week retainer for a musician in New York, a piano player, played Carnegie Hall, and he had another big show coming up, so I was helping him sell tickets through YouTube ads, Instagram, Facebook. I think that's it, but we sold out the place. He made a huge profit. And then this light bulb went off, because at the end of it, I had to show him the numbers. I had to show him what we actually did. And when I showed him, we spent, I want to say, $1,700 in ad spend, but then he made, I think it was like $9,000. So it was like, it was a huge margin there, from doing these, video marketing ticket sales for him. December, I got an interview at an ad agency, and I was competing with several other people, a lot of them with the same skill set as mine, but I ended up getting the job, and the CEO of the company brought me in and was like, you were kind of, everyone kind of looked the same. Everyone had like really nice reel and, was doing cool stuff. But he said the one thing that separated you apart from everyone else was the fact that you talked about business. You talked about, marketing, understanding analytics, Facebook ads. I mean, that whole company, it's a big part of their business. And none of the other filmmakers that interviewed for that job mentioned any of the stuff. They talked about, technical stuff, all the equipment that they worked with, and yada, yada, yada. But at the end of the day, what got me that job, and he told this to me, was the fact that I had, a business knowledge of filmmaking. Yeah, I've, nothing but good things to say about the program. It really kind of helped me in ways that I never really thought possible, just because I figured, you're a filmmaker, that's all you need. But in today's day and age, you really need to know the business side of it, just because there's just a lot of other, people out there competing for the same stuff. But if you have the business knowledge in conjunction with all the filmmaking knowledge, you'll be unstoppable.